welcome back to Reading Morganite. Apologies for the lack of videos. I haven't had the energy to record, and I got distracted playing High on Life. But yeah, we're back to Reading Morganite. Finally. It's been so long since I've read this, I kind of forgot what happens, but I'm sure I'll remember as we continue the fanfiction. So let's just jump right into this, because I want to get this over with. Chapter 10. OMFG, there are 10 whole chapters now. I'm so happy right now, I could cry. I didn't even realize it till now. Thank you guys so much for reading my fic. Except for you, CCC, and whoever else only reads it ironically to make fun of it. And I promise this chapter is going to be really good. Also, Kunzite isn't a bad person. She's just stressed out because she lost her Gundam. Usually she's super sweet. She just isn't right now. Lol. You see, I may not remember much, but I remember this character in particular being kind of a jerk. Just for no reason. But okay, if you say so. I held Kunzite's gem in my hands, crying and shivering. I didn't know whether she was going to come back. You know, considering you've been living with these guys for how long now, I'm sure they've explained to you how gems work. This should not be a worry for you. You should know she's gonna come back. This would make much more sense if Kunzite's gem was cracked. Like, maybe she doesn't know if cracked gems can regenerate. Like, they just gave her the basics that, oh yeah, our physical forms can be poofed, but we eventually come back with a new physical form. And she sees a cracked gem, she doesn't know whether it'll come back or not. You know, that would make a lot more sense. This does not make sense. I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I turned. It was Aqua. She had a kind, motherly smile on her face. Don't worry, I just incapacitated her. She will make a full recovery, she said. Sin muttered something, but I didn't hear it. It takes Kunzite a few hours to regen, so it would be a bit until I would see her again. See, you even know that she can regenerate. What? Why? This is irritating. I'm only 3 little paragraphs in, and you're already making me mad. Why are you doing this? Why? Do you not think before you write? Or do you just like write things down and hope for the best? Even if Aquamarine was trying to help, I felt so nervous. This was my fault. Sid finally put her sword back and looked at Aqua. What are we getting by staying here? We could leave and probably get the job done a lot faster. What do they think we are, kids? She questioned angrily. Aqua looked sad. Maybe not children, but I see why they are doing this. Even I would be suspicious of us, she said. She smiled a bit. This seemed to calm Sin down. Well, whatever then. What is there to do around here, she asked. She looked at me. Are there any fish tanks? I thought it was funny how much they liked fish. No, I said, but there is tuna in the fridge, I think. Sin looked appalled, but excited by this. Tuna? She asked loudly. Aqua, they have tuna. Aqua looked uncomfortable, but smiled anyway. Yes, I heard, she said. I could tell by the look on her face she didn't like the idea of having fish in the fridge to eat. Sin didn't look like she could decide whether to be angry or ask to have it. Well, there's still nothing to do, though, she complained. Just when I was about to suggest a thing, though, the door burst open. I was surprised. It was Doobie. Doobie! There, just like he was when he was in school with the boys' school uniform of a black blazer with gold designs, a white dress t-shirt. Why are you describing the clothing? Oh, black slacks and black shoes. He was also wearing glasses because he wears glasses. Authors know. I think I forgot to say that in the chapter he was introduced, lol. He also wears a beanie. Morgan, he screamed. I came as fast as I could. Is it true? Is Sonia... Didn't your entire school shut down because Sonia died? How is he just now learning about this? The inconsistencies in this story drives me mad. Absolutely mad. I started to feel my chest knot up when I remembered Sonia again, and just as I've been distracted with my new friends. Yes, I said quietly. Doobie looked sad, and I knew it was because he had a not-so-subtle crush on her. Oh no, he said quietly, looking like he was going to cry. I felt bad since he was my friend. But then Sin and Aqua got involved. Huh? Human Aqua asked confusedly, "What is the matter?" Sin pretended not to care, but it was clear that she was paying attention. I looked and frowned at Aqua and said, "Our friend Sonia," I explained in a wavering voice. "She died earlier today." This all happened in the same day? We're still on the same day? It's not a bad thing to have time skips in your stories, you know. I feel like this should have been weeks later. Like, Sonia died, a couple of days passed, everybody found out she died, school shut down, you know, that's all fine and dandy, and then the rest of the events happen over the course of the next couple of days. Because all of this happening in one day is absurd. Too much has happened just for it to happen in one day. I'm sorry, that is ridiculous. Especially with the whole school shutting down day thing, literally a couple hours after Sonia died, when nobody would realistically know about that yet. Aqua looked sad and Sid tried to look sympathetic. "Hey kids," said Sin, "our friends died today. Also, buck up, you'll meet new ones, probably." Doobie looked up, still crying on the couch. "Really?" he questioned, seeming too sad to care that he was talking to a new gem. How about you guys?" He literally just found out that one of his friends is dead, and they're telling him basically to get over it, and he's just like, "Really? I'll meet new friends? I'm gonna hit you." "Choose company, but there's a party," Sin said, smirking. "I don't think so, kid." "Also, I'm not sure if humans are able to breathe underwater," Aqua added, quietly frowning. "I'm sorry, human." Doobie looked sad, but still happier. "So, Morgan, what's up?" he asked. "You just found out your friend and apparently your crush is dead, and you're just like, over it already. Oh, well, whatever, Sonia died. Well, time to move on." This is not a very realistic reaction to this. "I'm gem sitting while the gems are on a mission to get lapis in the ocean," I said. "But Kudzite cheese..." Doobie frowned. "That's a shame, but at least you have new friends." I was about to say something else, but suddenly there was a loud crash. We all looked up and I screamed and jumped so hard that I dropped Kudzite. Out from the temple burst a big monster. It looked like a giant shark, but mixed with a gem. So it was a fusion between a shark and a gem. But the shark was dead, so its skin was rotting. And it looked sad. Sin's eyes lit up. "A shark," she said in wonderment. "I can't believe it. A shark survived." I'm trying really hard to keep my cool and not yell. But this is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is dumb. Aqua screamed something and pushed Sin out of the way, though, when the shark tried to slam its tail down at Sin. "It's not nice," Aqua said seriously. "We need to do something." "But I recognize that shark," Sid shouted. "I think that's Douglas." Doobie cocked his head. Douglas?" "Aqua, Douglas is alive," Sin was enraptured. "Douglas!" The shark monster, which was Douglas, snapped at Sin, and she only just barely avoided having her gem bitten. "We have to fight him. This isn't Douglas. Not anymore," Aqua said seriously. "We may need to fuse." I'm still confused as to how the shark fused with the gem. Now, if this was just a normal corrupted gem that kind of looked like a shark, I could totally accept that. But, this is just ridiculous. Sin looked like she didn't want to, but she nodded. "Kid, you're gonna have to get out of the way," said Sin to me. "You're too weak and inexperienced to fight, obviously. Let us handle this. We've been doing this for years." I wanted to agree and run out of the temple, but I forced myself to stay. I wouldn't be too scared to fight. Not anymore. "No, I'm staying," I insisted before I turned to look at Doobie. "Doobie, it's not safe. Hide under the couch until we kill the monster." No. He should be leaving the area entirely. You remember what happened to Sonia? Clearly not. Doobie was scared and jumped under the couch as Douglas threw a shelf in his direction. "I was reminded too much of Sonia. I started freaking out. See, you should have told Doobie to leave the area entirely. Run, don't look back, just get out of here." But no, you tell him to hide in the area where you're fighting the weird shark gem creature, and he almost gets hit by a shelf. As I got out my scythe, then Aqua and Sid started to fuse. They looked like they'd done that multiple times before, and their dance was elaborate. They glowed and fused, and I saw them grow. With a gasp, they turned into a new gem. They weren't Cinnabar and Aquamarine anymore. They were Bloodstone. How do you know that? She was big and was wearing a really fluffy frock dress that was dark teal and in 2 parts, a jacket bit and a skirt. It was long sleeved and she had a ribbon on the front. There were red trim on it and she had light teal skin. She had 1 set of arms but 4 eyes, 2 red ones and 2 blue ones, and her hair was medium length and in 2 braids. It was brownish black with 2 red highlights. She also wore boots that went up to her knees. She summoned her weapon, which was a pair of glowing swords, that attacked the monster head-on. I jumped up and onto a ledge and then jumped off to slice at the shark. When it wasn't looking, it was strong though, and when it moved its fin to shake us off, I went flying, and Bloodstone fell back into a pillar and cracked it. The shark roared, which is why we knew that it wasn't just a shark anymore. Douglas went forward and attacked Bloodstone and started chomping and scratching at her, mostly at her neck and stomach where her gems were. Bloodstone tried to cut him, but she couldn't do it. My head was spinning from being thrown. But when I heard Doobie's shouts of encouragement from the couch, I jumped up and forced myself to keep going, even if I was scared. I went to cut Douglas, but he caught me by surprise and bit me. I screamed and he tossed me away. I was bleeding, but only a little since gems don't really bleed. They don't bleed at all. They don't bleed at all. What are you talking about? And my vision was going black. There was a bright light just then, though, and I heard loud gunshots. There was a roar followed by 2 people screaming loudly and 2 loud crashes. Before I saw someone overtop me, I can't believe you getting your ass kicked like this. Seriously. But I guess the attractive ones are never good at fighting, too. That was all I heard before I blacked out, but I knew I recognized the voice. It was Kunzite. Okay, chapter 11. Hey guys, here's the chapter... Hey guys, here's the chapter of Morganite I promised. 3? I'm sure you guys are excited to see it come back after so long, but I was trying to add some tension and suspense. You know, you could do that in your actual story instead of waiting to push out chapters. But okay. So I updated BON instead of this, which is her other fanfiction, which I will probably not be reading. To keep this chapter a surprise, either way, I think you guys are going to like it. Also, I just want to say, none of my characters are really that mean, since I don't really want to fight about it right now. Just take my word for it, please. No, I will not take your word for it! Kunzite is a jerk! They're good on the inside. Which is sort of the theme of Steven Universe. And I'm trying to follow the theme, sorta, so bear with me. When I woke up later, I was on the couch. I blinked and I was confused, but I saw a Doobie above me, looking concerned. He had a worried look on his face. You just said that! And he was trembling, just a bit. Doobie, I muttered. What happened? Kunzite's up, he said simply. She snot a bunch of stuff. I gasped. Did she shoot me? You really need to go back and spell check and grammar check your things. At the very least. She snot a bunch of stuff? Come on. Please, just a little bit of spell checking. Please? Doobie shook his head. No, she tried to help you, but you were unconscious, so she just put you on the couch and ran off. I don't know where she is, but she said that if I left you alone, she would shoot me too. Author's note. I know it really seems like Kunzite is me, but I promise that she's not. Are you trying to make her a tsundere? Wasn't that stated in one of the earlier chapters that Kunzite's tsundere? No. So I've been here with you waiting for her to get back, he said. I suddenly remembered my job and where the gems were. And my eyes went big. What about Sin and Aqua? I queried. You're trying to use big words to make your story sound more intelligent. But it's not working. It's not working. When the rest of your story is maybe a 2 out of 10 in terms of quality, adding in big words will not help your story in any way, shape, or form. Doobie looked down. He said quality. I stood up. What? I said. I was panic. Look, Doobie said. He pointed at the floor by the kitchen, and I saw it was all tore up, and the gems weren't there. There was a dead shark, though, and a gem shard over by the pillar, my mouth hang open. Where are they? I asked. It was my job to watch them. They couldn't leave. Everyone in town could be in danger since they don't understand human culture. They didn't leave, Doobie said. He looked nervous. I looked closer at the area and gasped. On the floor, I saw 2 gems that were red and blue. They poofed, I shrieked. They'll never forgive me for this. Morgan, calm down. I think we can get this under control, Doobie said. He put a hand on my shoulder and gave a smile. That was comforting. I couldn't help but remember how he behaved around Sonia, and I wondered how he felt. We are not gonna... No, we're not doing that. We're not doing this. Cease and desist. Now that she was... But on the topic, I also remembered what Kudzite said to me before I passed out. I don't think she knew I was conscious, but I heard her say something about me being attractive. Was I imagining things? I wasn't used to hearing things like that. There's too many commas. I'm not stopping at the commas because if I did that, I would drive myself crazy. But you guys can see on the screen, too many commas. And they're placed incorrectly. Of all people, I was comforted by Doobie being there for me, and I smiled. We have to find Kudzite, I said, with new confidence. Doobie gave me a weird look. Me too? But I shook my head. I don't think that you would be able to help. I don't want you to end up like Sonia, I said. But I don't want to be useless, Doobie instanted. Please, Sonia's gone, and now you're the only friend I have. I don't want you to leave me behind. You could get hurt, I screamed. He had my arm, and I was worried. Please, John. She called him by his name. She brought out the first name, guys. Doobie was shocked, and so was I. Not many people used his real name with him anymore. He let his friends call him Doobie, and only had people he barely knew call him Doobie. He let go of my arm and sighed. Okay, he sighed sadly. But if there's anything I could do, anything, just say so, and I'd do it. I touched his arm, since it looked like he was tearing up. Be safe, don't die, I said quietly. I have to get changed. Please go to Miss Transylvania's house and tell her that I may be gone from school for a while. This is all happening in the same day. How long are the days in this world? Because I'm pretty sure this is well past 24 hours, homie. Say that my dog ran away and I have to find him, but she knows about gem stuff. Why do you have to lie to the teacher that knows about gem stuff? I didn't know you had a dog. I hope you find him soon, said Doobie grinningly. Grinningly isn't a word. And even though most people would think he's stupid for saying that, I knew that meant he got my plan. Thanks, I smiled again before I warped to my bedroom in the temple. Since I lived at my parents' primarily, all I had in the room were gem things and a few other things. You still live with your parents? Why haven't they been talked about at all? Since I lived at my parents primarily, all I had in the room were gem things and a few other things I couldn't fit in my other bedroom, and some battle clothes. There was also a bed that Stephen loaned me since he knew I didn't have one in my room, and I wanted to help even though I didn't want him to, and I felt bad. Anyways, I went to my wardrobe and I got an outfit. I looked at a certain outfit and started to feel bad. It was an outfit that Kudzite gave me as a gift one time to signify that she was a part of the Crystal Gems with us. It was a tight black crop top with an outline of a yellow diamond on the chest. She gave you a yellow diamond uniform? Oh. Tight black skinny jeans with some glitter on them, bright yellow boots that meant business, and a sleeveless whitish gray jean jacket and black fingerless gloves. I was embarrassed at first when she gave me the outfit since it was revealing, and the top clung too tightly to my breast. I wasn't expecting to read those words. Hang on a second. That caught me off guard, but I'm fine. And the top clung too tightly to my breast, but I knew that this would be the outfit that Kudzite would want to see me in when I found her wherever she was. Once I was dressed, I left my bedroom and Doobie was already gone. I cleaned up the temple a bit, even though there was still a lot of damage, and I gave Douglas the shark. Author's note for those who are wondering, he was a tiger shark. Rip Douglas. A proper burial on the beach. After that, I put the gems of cinnabar and aquamarine in a bowl of water since I thought that they may want to be more comfortable in their element. I wondered why they poofed and hoped they were okay, but I didn't have time to waste. As quick as I could, I got out my Seath and I left the temple to look for Kunzite. Kunzite, wherever you went, I have to find you. And that was the end of that. Okay, wow, I forgot how ridiculous this story was. I am so tired. I'm still confused as to how all of this has happened in the span of a single day. And the inconsistencies of this are driving me crazy. Is it really that hard for you to proofread? Make an outline for your story? Come on. This feels like a draft and not a finished story. I'm tired. But okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed at least a little bit. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new. And check out all of my social medias linked down in the description below. Because if you don't, I'm gonna steal your toes. Goodbye.